How are you?
Yeah, really well, thank you. Yeah, good, happy. Yeah, good. No, I feel really nice. I love this time of year, anyways. I had a nice little listen to Zowie Wowie or Wowie Zowie. Yeah, I haven't listened to that for so long. I think mainly because the engineer was he's a very good engineer, and it was old equipment, so he's a very old-fashioned. He's a young man, but he's preoccupied with the very sort of old-fashioned values when it comes to sound. You know, good miking instruments and drums very well, and getting good drum takes. So in that way, that was good for me. Because everything on the record sounds nice, you know, I think, and everything on the record has got the space so you can actually hear it as well. Apart from, you know, sort of like, do what you're told to, which is just all out fuzz mess, but basically, yeah. Sorry, I forgot where I was going. I always kind of start writing at some sort of point when, I don't know, there's usually been some sort of crisis or some sort of emotional peak. You know, the Richter scale goes a bit high in my brain, and then suddenly I write a lot of stuff, and then when I've got around sort of 10 or 12 sort of ideas, I start to tidy them up, and then I want to get into the studio and record them straight away before the feeling of them really kind of evaporates, really. So I guess that's what the rush is. Maybe that's something that I should have confidence to control a little more, or just maybe it is that I want control over it very quickly now that I record so fast, but maybe I'll have the confidence to just relax about it a bit more. But also, I think with my solo things, I've had to do some developing into, like I did as a musician with Blur. So I think this one I had the confidence to actually allow outsiders into the studio to play on my songs too, which was a good sign for me, I think, for fun really. And my management persuaded me. They just said, yeah, you should put them out, and I was like, really? What shall I call them? I don't want to call them Graham Coxon things, and well, why not? You know, and so it was just ill confidence really. But I do make them now, I guess, to be heard, and I suppose it's because I think my input into Blur has always been purely kind of like an abstract and emotional thing, being sound only from the guitar. You know, there's always something that you can write about, and I am writing music right now for my next one, but it's also, it always comes to me from a kind of a filtering of my surroundings, and this turned into some sort of a taste which inspires me in some direction. So that's what I'm doing at the moment really. I'm collecting and filtering experience. There's always something that you can moan about, you know?
But why would you want to do that? I mean, why?
Because there's always something wrong, you know?
Like
I take my little girl to school through crackheads around the corner from where I live. You know, I can complain about that. I mean, I've complained about that before, you know, on the album before. I think I've always been a little enthralled by melancholy, but usually the songs before this album It's been a bit
Well, they were angry.
confused emotions really, not knowing why I was feeling this way, and kind of writing songs in that way. They were more like tantrums and more like confused and things like that. Whereas I think this is a little more about having to accept these feelings as part of life. It's very open as well, because when you accept these emotions, they're sort of free, and you can be free of them, and instead of just feeling trapped in them and not knowing why. You know, you're putting too much pressure on yourself not to have these feelings. You know, I guess once you accept that these feelings are part of life, then the problem with them is lessens. That's all.
Yeah, be a singer-songwriter.
Oh, you're saying that I can sing. That's nice.
No,
of you.
I didn't say that.
So did you have to learn to sing?
No. I just
No, but
thought
that's
it was
nice
great.
because I don't really think of myself as a singer. I really enjoy singing. I always have, and I've always, since I was a teenager, written either in sort of poem sort of forms, or just sort of diary style stuff. I just think it makes a lot of sense that I would start writing songs to me, even though for a long time I just wouldn't try because I didn't think I was capable of writing songs.
Is it already time?
We can do a little bit more, yeah.
Sorry.